welcome to my TTC Trying To Get Pregnant Journey in 2025. So my husband and I had 2 pregnancy losses in 2021. They were back-to-back consecutive losses. One was considered a chemical pregnancy, and the second was an early miscarriage. I found out I was pregnant with the first, and within 24 hours I began bleeding, and with the second I found out and carried that baby for about 4 weeks before I lost it. Those losses were completely devastating and extremely hard on my marriage, on both of us, and we weren't sure if we wanted any more kids. I knew that I did, and I leaned heavily on my faith, but my husband was just completely at a loss. We did decide to go ahead and have a second, but we did it completely different, where we didn't necessarily try, we just did it. I wasn't tracking anything, we just, tried to have a baby, and we ended up getting pregnant. While I was pregnant, I found out, I knew, I had this overwhelming feeling that I was pregnant, but it took me almost an entire month before I tested for a positive pregnancy test, because I was terrified of finding out that I was pregnant and then losing that baby. Because both other times, I had taken a test, and within days, within a week, I found out I was losing that baby. I did not ever want to have that experience again, so I waited. I refused to go into the doctor for them to tell me that it's too early to hear a heartbeat, or there isn't a heartbeat, because I had already gone in twice with that news. I didn't think that I could take it again. So I waited, and we got the positive test, and I felt like God was holding me and was holding this child, and I knew that everything was going to be okay. So we went through most of the pregnancy, but halfway through we found out we had multiple diagnosis after diagnosis. I had gestational diabetes. I am predisposed because genetically it runs in my family. I also found out I had fetal growth restriction, so I had to be induced early at 37 weeks, no choice. She came out, she was 5 pounds, and she wasn't breathing. So she was in the NICU for hours. I didn't get skin to skin. I didn't get to meet her. I was terrified. I was in pain. I was diagnosed with afterbirth preeclampsia. It was just one thing after the other. And I didn't get that connection with my baby, and to this day, I wish that I did, but I know that the doctors were taking care of her and that she was safe and she was getting healthier. She came home, and now she's almost 3, and she's beautiful and thriving and so healthy. But now my husband and I are wanting to try again for our second. But again, I'm scared. This go around, I am way more excited to get pregnant and have a baby than I am terrified as I was with Emory, because the losses aren't as fresh. It's been years and I've had time to process. But we did decide that if we do end up having another pregnancy loss, we aren't going to try again for another baby, because it's just really hard on us mentally. For me, physically, being pregnant 4 times and losing 3 of them, it's just way too much. So I'm scared to have another pregnancy loss and it just be Emory. And I know that would be totally okay, but it makes me so nervous. So we started in April, and it is currently May, and I wanted to record this TTC journey for you guys to follow along from a woman who has had 2 pregnancy losses and 1 very complicated pregnancy, but turns out a very healthy baby. All 3 times we got pregnant basically on our first try. It has never been hard for me to get pregnant, just to sustain a pregnancy and have a healthy pregnancy. So I'm nervous this go around, and I don't know if I want to test. I could have taken a test this morning, but I decided against it because I'm too nervous. I'm scared. And if I get a negative one, what if I'm not pregnant? Or what if I do get a positive and I start bleeding within a couple of days? So I decided to wait. But what I have been doing to prepare myself and my body for this pregnancy is taking 1-a-day prenatals. I'm taking the advanced ones with the regular prenatal, and then also to help strengthen and grow the mind. I also had a checkup with my OBGYN last month and got a new pap smear and everything, and they gave me the all clear, gave me instruction on what I need to do when I get that first positive pregnancy test. They will have me go in to check my blood 2 times that week, to check my HCG levels and make sure that they are rising, and also get my first ultrasound. Since I am considered high risk, I will get a very early ultrasound to check for heartbeat and measuring and due dates and all that stuff. They gave me all the information I needed to prepare to be pregnant again for the 3rd time. And I am excited but also nervous, but I want to take you guys along with me on this journey. Thank you so much for being here, and if you would like to know more details about my pregnancy journeys, they're all over my TikTok and my YouTube, and you can find them there. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next TTC.